Hello, well it's the middle of March, so it's time for a plot tour for the first full month on the new allotment. It's a beautiful day today, but it's a bit windy out there. It's nice to be here at this time of day. It's about 5 o'clock and it's good to come at different times in order to see how the light falls on the garden. So this is the first bed that's been turned over. I was hoping for some frost to come and help break it down, but we've had very light frosts and I need something heavy. Now I'll talk about what's going on in the corner when we get around to it. So these compost bins here will be going and being replaced with the 3-bay compost bin that I've got, which I'm bringing from the garden. There were 2 more compost bins down on that side, but you'll see when we get there that they've gone. And I think I'm tempted to harvest some of the rhubarb. It's quite early there. I'm going to try and keep that if I can, because it looks a very good specimen. So let's continue the tour. So I've cleaned this up a bit, got rid of some of the wood that was on top of there, and if we go around to the little shed, so I haven't done anything at the top here, but I've noticed that in my pond there seems to be irises. I forgot the name of them then. Flag irises. And again, another rhubarb. They did like their rhubarb on this plot. So I could, if I wanted to, take all this out and extend the plot back. But I'm not going to. So this is still here. I'm not going to touch this for a few months. A lot of that stuff in there can be burnt. But a lot of this wire here can be utilised, and very similar to what my neighbour has done. I like what they've done here by using it as a sort of a fence, but also a climbing structure. We just walk around. So this is where the compost bins were, and I have been removing the soil in order to try and level this area out, because this is where the shed's going to go, and I've just got the base propped up because I wanted to make sure that I was doing enough area. So it will go there in front of the catkin tree here. But I'm thinking in this corner, because you can see there's about extra 2 foot, of doing a cold frame. But maybe a cold frame that has 3 or 4 stories to it. Although being stood on this side of the plot today, it's been very windy. So let's have a look inside the greenhouse. Oh, just a little before we go in the greenhouse. So some of the soil from the compost bins, it seems to be full of bindweed. This is bindweed, unfortunately, and there's loads of it. So I'm putting it there, and I'm thinking I might just make a mound of earth and put some alpine plants, make my own Alps. The other idea was just to make a mound where something I could sit up against in the summer, but at the moment the old compost is just being dumped to there, and I don't think I'm going to put it into the new compost bin when that's built. I'm just going to leave it there and start my new compost bins off afresh. So we're in the greenhouse here, and this side is nice and clean. I've bought a bag of compost, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out about half a spadeful of this soil. I found some mare's tail in here just now, so I'll take out half a spadeful and get a few bags of compost. But it's been nice to sit in here. I still need to get some panes of glass, but it's been nice to be sat in here with a cup of tea and enjoying the sun on my back. I will take this netting down at some point just to clean up behind it, because I think that is probably bindweed, because I found some bindweed growing in the border just now. So Chris, who came to help, he loves pots, that lad. So I'm giving him all these pots because I don't really want pots. So he's gonna have pots as a sort of payment for coming to help me. He loves them. So this is my compost bin. It's over here because I thought I might have put it up against my greenhouse there, but it's a bit too big. It's just slightly bigger than that greenhouse. So that's what the plot looks like from up here. And the reason why I've left the fig tree, just the cuttings of the fig tree just sat on the grass, is because I want to cut it up and burn it. Because I understand if you have them on the grass, they will grow. And I can see my neighbour's got some in there, so I don't know if he's trying to get some cuttings from them. So as we go down the side, I'm getting a load of these, I think they are bluebells, but we'll soon see when they pop up. So I'm, like I've said, but I'll repeat it, I'm keeping the trees for the time being until I can see what they are. This is either a plum or pear. Do you know what this is? My mind's gone blank. I can't remember what this is now, but there's a beautiful scent to it. And like I've said, I'm not going to do anything on the orchard side of things until next year, I don't think. But let's just go up to the greenhouse here, because I want to show you. I brought some flowers from the garden. So I've got some tulips, and there's a beautiful colour to them, but I don't know if there's a label. I should have checked before I started filming. Ah, yes, there is. This is called, what's that? Van Ilchk. And a beautiful colour they are too, next door to a ceanothus. So I've got to decide where they're going. But it's been lovely to be sat there and looking across the orchard to the fields beyond and that beautiful sunshine. And I've been watching this tree and watching the new shoots come on it. So spring will be here very soon. In fact, I think it's next week, the official start of spring, not the the meteorological start of spring. So this is the shed. It came last Sunday, and we've just put it there for the time being, next door to these bluebells, I think. So the shed is there, all waiting to be erected once I can get the base down. Again, more rhubarb there. They loved it, these people did. And down here, the first daffodils on the plot. In fact, I think the only daffodils. Next door to that is rosemary. She's a beautiful girl, she is. Got a nice scent to her. So it's stunning. So that's where we are with the plot in March in the first year. And I got the tractor in, ready to do the next bed. This is a view of where the shed is going to go. There. But like I said, it's been a windy old day today. But it's been a pleasure to be sat there and just enjoy the birds and to actually feel heat in the sun. And I've brought my flask of tea down with me and it's been glorious. Well, thanks for joining me for a tour around the allotment in March in the first year. I think I will do tours on this plot in the middle of the month to get a really good representation of the month. And who knows where we'll be in April, because on the one hand I feel like not a lot has gone on, but when I actually sit down and think about it, I think quite a bit has happened, seeing as I've only had the plot for a month. But thanks for joining me, and I'll catch up with you very soon. I'm going to enjoy some sunshine now, so from me until then, bye for now.